Dear all viewers, Namaskaram. I welcome you all on behalf of SAKSHITHA channel Hyderabad. And today we are here for an informative as well as most wanted topic. And the topic is intention impact on individual's life. And it has been presented at Reiki Council of India. And today I welcome the guests who have come here. I welcome Dr. Reena. Dr. Reena, she is Vice Chancellor of Reiki Council of India, and she is also practicing Reiki since last 15 years. She is a Diamond Reiki. And I also welcome Dr. Deepak, who is CEO of Holistic Medical Research Foundation, and also he is IBR awardee, and he has conducted most number of health as well as wellness camps in India. I also welcome Dr. Disha. She is the state coordinator for Telangana for RCI, and her practice, she is also Reiki Grandmaster. So I take this opportunity to start this topic, the most important topic which is required nowadays, and this topic definitely clears all the thoughts, or I say the negative thoughts about Reiki and the concepts, misconceptions which are there. Thank you. So presentation basically is a question and answer where you will be getting the answers for all your queries. I request the guest to answer the questions. What we are taking basically, it is from the common man, because common man knows what is Reiki, how it is useful. So the first question in this, just I would like to request, that is, what is Reiki and what are the principles of Reiki?
Namaste, and first my gratitude to all the healers in the world, and we are here to represent not any science, only we are here to clarify the general public regarding the best medicine is I for individual, and the what individual impact on the individual lives. Regarding this is a very deep concern, and motivate to others as well as those who are practicing all the energy healing science, and those who are doctors following alternative medicines, modern medicines, or complementary medicines, or integrated system. This is all about everybody. It's not like that this topic is up to exist for the healers. First of all, the concept is, when you talk about I, it is individual. It means your thought process, whether it is negative or positive. If it is positive, how it influences inside, internal factor, and how it influences external to others. And that is why the best medicine is I. Why? We'll clarify. And you know who is the best and what is the best hospital in the world? The same as usual answer is the best hospital is the we. Why? Because if any serious issues, impact on health or any environment, if mass healing is there, we are healing earth, then all the intention will work out. It is because of only intention, pure intention. So that is why the best medicine is I and the best hospital is the we. This is the real concept, and everybody should think about the real phenomenon, the history behind, and how it works actually. So I as a acupuncture and naturopath doctor, I am being into the Reiki science not less than 5 years. But there are so much masters and grandmasters, 40 years, 45 years experience are there in our governing body also. So we all are here to do something for the world. And the world means it is human, animal, and all the living and non-living things. So when you talk about the how intention realize and the how intention prove yourself whether I am wrong or whether I am right. So I first thanks to SAKSHITHA News given us the best opportunity and to expose regarding the intention. Any science, like if you talk about surgeon also, one surgeon hand should be a healing hand. Then he will give the better result. Everybody is treating, everybody is doing surgery, everybody is following same protocol. But there is some person, the faster result is there. That means that person healing end is there. Means when you talk about the health, the first four letter is the heal. That we should not forget about. Because without heal, you can't get the health. So heal is the basic concept in the world. So we cannot avoid the heal actually. So one modern science also, they should feel also the concept of the heal. Medicines cannot save the life. Our health is in our hand, not in others. That we have to educate in a mass wise to the community and develop illness to wellness. Because everywhere we are getting health, but very rare people are getting the wellness. So I thank you, Nagendra Dikshit, put on in front of you and give us valuable time. And I thank Dr. Reena and Dr. Disha. They're coming far away and for a real-time debate. And all the viewers, so I thank to all of you. And this is not the ending, this is started. And it will go on up to the impact result for the society. Thank you very much.
Madam, my last question to Dr. Reena. What kind of energy is Reiki?
Hello, I am Reena. I am a Reiki Grandmaster for past 15 years. The same question I have been asking to myself, and I have been searching the answers in all fields, not only science, modern science, but in Eastern science, Varma, acupuncture, and Siddha science, and the Tamil origins, because I am also basically from South India. I found one simple answer is Reiki is universal energy. Re means universe, Ki means energy. The energy, the life force energy behind all living beings, all beings, whether even from animated to non-animated things. But what kind of energy is this? Is it a static energy? This is for modern science. Is it static energy or dynamic? Or it is kinetic? Yes, universal energy in a place it is static, and when it flows it is dynamic, and it has got its own intelligence. So when we when I was doing Reiki, I was told that in my first level by my master's name was Dr. Ajit Talan. He was from Baba Atomic Research Center. He told me that universal energy is having its own intelligence, so it knows how much energy should flow into this particular body, how much is the optimum energy for now, so that it heals. So that is how Reiki works. So you need not put your own intelligence, you just be the instrument, just be the, you are only a healer, you are the channel. You should not forget that you are a channel. Reiki flows through you. You are just a conduit and you are sending energy. The person who is receiving the healing is actually doing self-healing if how much his mind is open. If his mind is open enough to absorb more energy, if his body is having enough strength to absorb more energy, it heals fast. This is what I learned, and of course when energy moves it is kinetic, when energy works according to its own intelligence it is dynamic. So universal energy is beyond words, only when you experience it you will know. Thank you.
Over to Dr. Disha. Now we are the experience. This question I think I have selected for you. This question talks about, is Reiki ritualistic?
Thank you for the brilliant question. I've learned Reiki when I was a child. I did not have the formal education as such. Just before, when I was learning ABCD or 1, 2, 3, 4, that is when I learned Reiki. So what happens is that I felt that I did not understand why I have to go to a temple or why I have to do certain things. I did not have the knowledge. My dad was in the army, so he always said be good to people, but he never ever forced us. My family never forced us to go to the temple. So I did not understand that why would somebody tells me that God is within me and then another person comes and tells me go to the temple to find peace. That was very confusing for a child. So I kind of understood that I want a healing method where I can heal myself. I don't want to do something for others. I just wanted to be happy. Because at that point of life, I wasn't very happy. I knew that. And that is when I realized that doing ritualistic things only stopped me from being myself. It did not allow me to be who I was. Are you trying to tell me that if I go out and play is not godly? I did not understand that concept. I was doing it with a true heart. I was doing it with a true intention of being happy. So that became godliness for me. Every action turned out to be godly for me. I tried to do every moment, I tried to give my best. And not just in action, in words, in prayers, whatever I felt. At night I could sleep well. And that is how I feel that Reiki as such came into my life to teach me that it is beyond all the rituals. But now I realize that we all need a certain time to understand what Reiki is. If I have to give Reiki to somebody, I should be in a certain frame of mind. There should be a certain kind of balance, a breath work that works with it. That is what I've understood over so many decades. So when that breath work comes, it takes time. If you're a human, it does take time. So how it happened to me is I learned this over the practicals of Reiki more than the theory, because the theory did not make sense at that point. And I started reading the books again and again over a couple of years to understand the depth of the situation. So in my sense, Reiki is purely intention. What is it that you want to do? Do you want to just be a channel and whatever the person wants, it will flow through them? So that means you have to be an empty without judgment, without perceptions, without people telling you what is right, what is wrong, without societal norms. If I do not wash my hands, will I be able to give Reiki? There are times at point of my life where I've noticed during ICU patients, ICU cases, even if you're lying down to rest, sometimes you might want to immediately, you'll start feeling the flow. Don't you all agree?
Yes.
You will feel the flow. That flow happens naturally without any rituals.
Yes, that's great.
So Reiki is beyond rituals.
That's great, ma'am.
Thank you.
One good question, which is for Dr. Deepak. It talks about, can Reiki be used as a medicine?
So very good concept point, and let me clarify first about the medicines and Reiki. Reiki is an energy science and we can call energy medicines also. But we should not compare to alternative medicines and we should not compare to the modern medicines. Reiki is a complementary medicines. Complementary means, so when you talk about individual house, what is the complementary ingredient you are using regular basis. Like salt and sugar.
Yes.
So salt and sugar we consider as a complementary. Somewhere we are taking, and every day, and every house actually. So if you talk about alternative medicines, means you are substitute. Suppose some symptom is not responding to the modern science, then you are shifting to the alternative medicines. Whether it is Ayurveda, whether it is homeopathy, whether it is acupuncture, whether it is naturopathy, this is called as alternative medicines. Okay, but Reiki we should not substitute as alternative medicines. Reiki we should have inside like a supplement. You know, you are taking rice, that also supplement. So Reiki should be like that, like yoga. Yoga should do every person. Then you will feel good inside. Like breathing exercise should be complementary. Reiki is a science, very flexibility. There is no time, there is no age, there is no sex. Nothing is restricted. Anywhere, anytime you can do the Reiki. Even if for 1 minute also you can do Reiki healing yourself. So this medicine's concept is based on the only energy. It is the best energy medicines in the world. And nowadays, according to the Wikipedia, more than 3 million practitioners are in the world. But acceptance is less. Because when you practice Reiki, that is different. But when we are going to teach, that is the main concept. So, where it came actually? This is a rediscovered science based on the Dr. Mikaushi, who is the Japanese and philosopher. So, in the Japanese word, we call as a Reiki. But when you talk about in Indian format, it is the prana. And when you talk about in Chinese, it is called as a chi. Chi nothing but as a life energy. So if you compare to any other science like Reiki science, so I think the traditional Chinese medicines is the first priority we can compare to Reiki science, because the energy blockage the illness form, and when you remove the block, then the illness will be switched off. Then you are immediate jumping to the wellness. Medicines can't give you wellness. The basic concept, medicines can't give any person to wellness. Only the energy medicines, if somebody is practicing regular, they will get the wellness. Because according to the World Federation of the Mental Health report, 90-80% of the human being in the world, they are mentally sick. If the person is coming to doctors or healers, they have only 2 symptoms, but they will elaborate like 10 number of symptoms. Problem is one, but they will feel like I have pain here, I have pain here. It is a mental illness, because they don't have the willpower. That is why the topic came intention. If I have the joint pain, I should believe myself what I am, how I will be get rid of that symptom. Right? If your intention is so pure, if somebody is treating you, then definitely you will get the best result. And we can say it is a miracle result, because your intention is very pure. So, in the medical fraternity, in the healthcare sector, intention will work the mutually giver and receiver. Doctor is a giver or healer is a giver, patient is always a receiver. It is a mutual consent where intention will work. If doctor is nice, doctor's hand is very good, if the patient is don't believe, then it won't work, because your intention is not pure. If the patient is good and doctor's intention is bad, example, if you are giving service, because health science it is called as a service, though we are taking consulting fee or treatment fee, whatever, but it is called as a service, pure service. So without knowing the root cause, if you grasp the money, that means your intention is bad. So I think it won't work, because intention should be more precious than practice. If your intention is impure, then definitely your practice is going to be hampered in future. Simple example, if we talk about general public, if we talk about mother always nourish son, in the Panchamahut there is mother and son-in-law theory also there. Son cannot nourish mother, mother always nourishes, right? You know, nowadays the mother and parents, they will force every time to the children, go for 99% mark, go for 90% mark. They will force. Okay, you are forcing, but in future what you will get? If your children intention is not matched to what their expectation, then they are going to fail, your intention also going to fail. We need to understand the relation between each and every first and second party. If you talk about mother and son, if you are giving the food to the son and you behave like rashly, why that much? We should more and more, then your cooking also going to spoil. Got my point? So the point is, when you do anything, focus is that. If you are cooking, please focus on cooking, not thinking others, because you are cooking only the vegetable, but your intention should be there. I will feed my husband, I will feed my child, I will feed my parents, they should become healthy. That food is more nutrient than other food actually. That is the meaning of the intention, how influence each and an individual life.
Medicine, and medicine has some side effects, exactly. Same thing, the same question is over to Dr. Lena, which talks about does Reiki affects individual energy, and there is another question on with it. It says, can you over-energize through Reiki?
Does Reiki have side effects? This is a question which I have been asked for many years, like last 15 years, not only 15 years, from around when I was 18 years. I was exposed to Reiki classes. Even pranic healers also talk about whether when you give energy you get side effect. But recently I was very recently I was into deep research on this, whether we get side effect or not. For that I went to many classes to know what is intention, how it works, because I know the mind is the the background of the energy we expose. The mind's power is the energy we actually give. For example, if you have a thought that somebody should be blessed, should be happy, should have health, should have abundance, actually we also get the same, because our subconscious mind do not know the difference between you and me. Our subconscious mind says there is no difference between you and me. When I say you be happy, actually my subconscious mind is writing down that I be happy. So whatever you give, you receive. So if your intention is good in healing, that you want the person to be healthy, happy, safe, protected, then how it is going to have side effect? It is going to definitely have a side effect. The same side effect, what is your intention? If your intention is bad, then you get a very same, similar, perfect intention back to you. So this is what I have found. We have many experiential learning in my classes where I actually show them you actually receive what you give. So people are not afraid healing because they know their intention is good. And then I also have heard from many other some gurus saying that Reiki is indulging into karma, you get into side effects. Actually, according to subconscious mind, the science, when you say this person's cancer should be cured or this lesion should be vanished, that is not existing in your body actually, but you are telling it to another person. You are having the intention to another person. Instead, you have to say the person's stomach or the intestine are functioning fine, are optimum, are healthy, all the cells are rejuvenated, happy. If you say that, that would be the side effect. Instead of saying the cancer should be removed, the cancer should be removed. So you do not have cancer, then you might, I don't say even you will get, you might catch pain or infection or whatever it is. That is there for even if you talk bad about someone, if you gossip, yes, you are going to receive that. You are going to end up having the same experience what you gossiped. So you have to understand that it is not only for Reiki, it is not only for healing, it is not for doctors. The intention should be good for everyone. And so in Reiki we always follow positive affirmation while healing. So according to me, we have positive side effects. Thank you.
Thank you. Shima, you are batting like Tendulkar. So whatever bouncer is coming, you are giving the proper answer. So it is another bouncer which is coming through your way. It talks about the wonderful thing. Oh, does Reiki people affected by planet? So just another bouncer, madam. I expect the same boundary.
Okay, I don't know whether I am Tendulkar or not, because Tendulkar is retired, I suppose, though he's my hero. Anyways, so we're talking about planetary positions, we're talking about, see what happens is that if you're a balanced person, if you're doing Reiki regularly or any kind of healing method, then you become, all your chakras are balanced. And what happens is, because of planetary positions, sometimes planetary positions actually aggravate or accentuate your imbalances. Actually, it's a big blessing. It's already telling you that this is what is going to happen. So sometimes when you're a little bit egoistic or you're not grounded, then what happens is that the planets are actually accentuating it. So you become more egoistic, and then you realize that that is how my learning will happen. This is not what it's supposed to be like. So you cannot blame the planets for anything. All you need to do is you need to balance yourself out, and automatically the planets will work for you, or you will work in tandem with the planets. So when automatically all your chakras are balanced and you do not have any, so to say, major imbalances, then what is any kind of star or moon, what is it going to catch? So I'm sorry, Tendulkar makes a 6.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And a lot of people now they feel it. So this is question, it's a common question but very important question, because most of you know the Guru is nothing but a tattva. But now the world is being conquered by so many individual gurus. They have their own principles and all. One thing which is a very valid question, and that is, does Guru makes mistake? Anybody?
Okay, according to me, when you are a guru, you make the maximum mistakes.
Great.
You have learned because you have made mistakes and you know that it's a learning. So instead of blocking yourself and saying that I am a guru and I cannot make mistakes, please make sure that you're a human first. We are all imperfect, imperfection. So please be careful about that. Accept your imperfections, learn from that, grow from that. Be humble, be kind. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Do not forget, be kind to yourself as well. We all make mistakes, we all get another day. Today we are living in bonus life. All you need to do is, while you go to bed, imagine that today is the last day of your life. If there is something that you can ask for forgiveness, please do. If you can love somebody a little more, please do. Those are the things that will matter to you. So when you're living a bonus life, it becomes so much more easier for a person, right? You live in that free world. Learn to live in that free world.
So it's another interesting question which is coming, madam. And this talks about how does intention work for children? When you are not only a healer, your mother also, I think you will be the ideal person to give the answer for this.
Thank you very much. As usual, I talk through experience, not through the bookish knowledge, because I haven't read enough books on parenting. I can just tell you that as a mother, we all try to be the best version of ourselves. Sometimes we get angry at the child, we try to please them, we try to talk to them. We do all sorts of things because our intention is pure. Our intention is that the child understands the gravity of the situation. There is some problem that's happening and we need to address it. But as a mother, I must also realize that the child is godlike. The child is doing it with a pure intention. So it has to be a win-win situation. So we come up as a positive parenting trick. I suggest that we come up with a 50-50 thing. I listen to my brain which says that, oh my God, she's going to fall. I can also look at it like, oh, she's learning how to jump. I must give that benefit of doubt to the child so that it evolves in the best version of itself. We just don't want children to be around as a duplicate or as a shadow of ourselves. We all want them to evolve and become the best. But when they do something which I don't know about, I get scared. And that fear takes over. And that is when my intention may not be as pure in that sense, because the mother's love comes up over there. I know it's happened to me a million times, but that is how I learn to balance myself.
That's great.
So, in that sense, I also feel that when you are an empowered mother, you can create an empowered child, eventually an empowered society, which is free thinking and which does not have a problem in addressing an issue instead of hiding away or running away from it. We should tell the child it's okay to make mistakes, you know where to come back. Nowadays, what I have noticed is that the husband and wife, after giving birth to the child, want to go and work. I understand sometimes that you need 2 salaried persons so that the child will go to the best school. But do you realize that the child may not get the right kind of nurturing? So there are ways in which you can compensate. You can come back home, you can actually leave your mobile aside and your job aside and give 100% attention to the child. Eventually what happens is that the child may not want 1 hour, 2 hours of yours. The child may want just 10 minutes of everyday activity. So what are you doing? I had done these small meditations for my kids. Very, very small meditations. And it was more very visual. It was like, today what do you want to be? What would you like to be? Mama, I want to fly. So you do a small meditation where you make them visualize. Eventually that visualization is a huge, huge tool for an adult. Today we all know how important visualization is. I'm just giving them that basic tool. So are you looking at their core values? As a mother, as a parent, as a family, what are your core values for the child who's come like a clean slate? What are you planning to write for them? Are you trying to tell me that your intention might be that yes, I'm giving them the best school or the best education, but an education is outwardly. What is the education that you're giving them from day one? Are you compassionate enough to say that, beta, I made a mistake? Are you compassionate enough for self? and to others, is it okay to say that yes, I did get angry or my words were wrong? Can we figure it out together? Because I became a mother only when you were born. Before that, I was just a lady. Can we accept those things and move forward? When you do that, that is when positive parenting comes up. Thank you.
And now over to Dr. Reena. It talks like, just 1 second, repeat the same thing. How Reiki balances energy. Can you over-energize through Reiki? Is another question which is there. And moreover, does Reiki requires practice? So just I need to you should elaborate something about again the 5 principles why there must be Reiki.
Okay.
So over to Dr. Reena.
First of all, I'm very happy to say that Reiki is a very balanced energy. Why it is balanced energy? Many ask, if I give energy, what will happen if I give energy for 3 minutes, what will happen? Okay. If I give energy for 3 minutes, what will happen? If I give energy for 15 minutes, what will happen? If I start giving energy and if you don't close, telling thank you, will my energy keep flowing? What will happen to me? Will all my energy get drained from my individual energy? These are the questions I get in my classes from my students who practice and people who are from pranic healing also. Because I won't say pranic healing is completely different from Reiki. It's another energy modality, just like Reiki. And Reiki is not less or more than pranic healing, or pranic healing is not less than Reiki or more. It is another energy modality which we can practice. It is also having, pranic healing is a beautiful science. You learn more on how to handle energy. But the thing is that I would say to all healers, don't become fanatic about negative energy. The more you focus on negative energy and cleansing it, you are attracting it more. So it is not like people who did not learn healing at all is more happy and healthy sometimes, because they don't focus on negative energy at all. They only focus on what should be focused. But learning Reiki and knowing that it is very powerful and you should not focus on negative energy, and still you are bothered about which the negative energy is standing in my body, in which corner of the house, is the other person's intention bothering me, is going to stop me from developing, evolving. This is all that is going to actually hamper your life. It is going to spoil your life. So you should know how to handle energy. That is the main thing in Reiki, and Reiki is a very simple way to understand, and layman can easily practice Reiki. And it is not dangerous at all because it has its own intelligence. That's what I told in the beginning. It has its own intelligence and you will not overdo anything. You will not overdo any kind of energy work if you are practicing Reiki, because Reiki has its own intelligence to balance. And then intention also works. The other thing is like whether you should practice daily, do self-healing. Yes, every Reiki channel should do self-healing to experience balanced life. If you have, now you know that everybody, most of them who knows Reiki, know that we all work on 7 chakras. Each chakra gives you a dimension of fulfills a dimension of your life. So each dimension, one is like prosperity, health, relationship, and then power, position, unconditional love, many things, communication, intuition, all that. So if you want all that, then you have to have all your chakras balanced. Otherwise you are going to see the imbalance in your experiences around. Whatever is your inner state is what you're going to experience in the outside. We have a great phrase for Reiki people and all energy therapy people that your outer reality is a reflection of your inner reality. Whatever is your inner belief system or energy levels is what you are going to experience. So if you are going to change the outside, you are not going to have any solution. No solution. If you are having a very angry person in front of you, if you are going to have a person who's irritating you outside you, they are your inner reflection. You have to find out where you are there. Where is that person inside you, the angry person inside you, and heal it. And you will never see it out. That is what you have to know. So when you learn Reiki, you should also know the science behind it. Without knowing the science, many people just learn touch healing or self-healing. You are not actually going to experience the full. That's why many people do not follow it. Not knowing how it works, how to keep the mindset so that you will have a continuous flow of energy. So there comes the the importance of the 5 principles. Usui ji, our great master Usui, have given us 5 principles for all Reiki healers. Not only for healers, it is very good for everyone. There are even people who chant the 5 principles of Reiki. So in India, like I have done Reiki classes from many teachers. Few teachers were Buddhist monks, few teachers were normal from Western teachers, even foreign teachers, foreigners. So the concept was changed from one place to another about the 5 principles. I don't want to go to the controversy, but I would like to share the knowledge which the actual 5 principles say. So the first principle say, do not anger. Or in other version it's called just for today, do not be angry. So here we can say anger is the biggest enemy of every human. Because of anger, your anger is equally proportional to loss of money, loss of health, loss of relationship. So anger is a negative energy not only for our life, it is also very negative to our space element. The more you become angry, your space element is going to be in imbalance, and that work on your liver, and you are going to lose your life also. That's why there is a saying in Tamil Nadu, the more you get angry, the less you are going to live. So which means you are going to have more toxins in your body. And it is going to, it is a lower vibrational thing that reduces your vibration of your consciousness. The next thing is do not worry, or just for today do not worry. So the worry means again it's a negative prayer. Again coming back to the subconscious mind, whatever you send as image and feeling is vibrating from your body, and it is a message to the universe. The universe manifests your thought, your image and feeling. So if you are going to worry, what happens? You are actually showcasing the image that what you are worrying about, and the feeling is a worry, and so it is going to manifest. So what you worry is going to happen. Sure. So just focus on what you want. Don't bother about what will happen if this happens, what will happen if that happens. All anxiety is not required. That is what it says about do not worry. Then comes be grateful. According to my recent research, I have found that the thank you vibration from your body is almost 852 to 963 hertz, which is equivalent to Om, the Pranav mantra. So you are actually attracting abundance, bringing positive vibration into your body, and you are attracting more of abundance and positive life by being thankful. Very simple. The more you recall positive things, you recreate positive things. The more you recall negative experiences in your life, you are again recreating it. So better count your blessings. And so next comes be diligent. Diligent means continuously work. Be honest, continuously work. On what? Increasing your consciousness, your vibration. Increasing your wisdom. Never ever give up even a single minute luxuriously for negative energy. I mean, do not invest a single minute on negative energy. Continuously invest on positive energy. Keep giving positive energy to your life so that you attract positive energy. You attract what you invest, what you give. You receive what you give. So, if you are going to increase your vibration by, going more deep into learning of your wisdom, increasing your wisdom of life, regularly exercising, doing healing, and then, of course, Dr. Deepak Rao told that healing means wellness. Yes, I have seen in my experience people who practice Reiki regularly, they have changed from within without reading books, motivational books. They are automatically into positive life. So that is what I want to share. Then the last one is be kind, be loving to people. So as Disha ji told, Dr. Disha ji told that you should first love yourself, give that attention to yourself, and you have to love others. I don't think these 5 principles will not do good to people. It will surely do 100% good to anyone who is following it, not only Reiki channel. And when we say, one thing I want to add here, just one word, one sentence. Never ever compare you with others and never get angry to people just because they perform low. Whatever is big for them may be not big for you. For you it must be very easy. For them it is, they cannot. Just like how Disha ji told about children, what they can carry in their mind, what they can understand in their mind, that way you have to convey, even if it is for people. If they cannot understand, it does not mean that they are lesser than you in intelligence, they are low profile people, not like that. You were not patient, you were not kind enough, compassionate enough, patient enough to explain that to them. So that's how I say, never compare. Everybody are evolving in their soul levels. Thank you.
For the elaborative answer you have given, I think you have cleared all the doubts in the viewer's mind also. I have to Dr. Deepak now, sitting down. So this is a very valid question. Why I ask? Because it is a mission of HMRF to promote Reiki in every house. There are some doubts which comes in that. And one of the doubt, it says that does formal education, it kills the healer inside the person. And another thing, it is with the same, is that can Reiki be used as SOS and can Reiki be personalized?
I think it's better we agree opinion on that point.
That's better, sir.
But before talking about the concept, I must say, when you reject,
Yes.
what you will get, and when you accept, what you will get. Like my colleague, they done some mistake. Okay. If the person is not my colleague, is unknown person, they done the mistake. The difference between it is our thought process. Because known person you accept, unknown person you reject.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why not all our intention is static? Why it is? It depends upon the community. That thought should be changed. Okay. If I am a Reiki master, first I should believe I am a human being. If I am transferring the energy, or if I am counseling the society, I am the third party. The energy is coming from the universe. Who I am? I am nothing compared to energy. Energy science, it's beyond imagination. And sometimes it's give you a miracle answer. So whatever 3 questions you have given me, so I think both left, right, they will give the better answer. But my point of view, when you talk about student and gurus, the relation should based on the intention. We should create the intention, then only we should spread any kind of positive energy. Okay. And the positive energy, when you talk about negative energy and positive energy, there are different forms. Okay. If you talk about world, those times, you might have heard about the black magic or tantric, lot of things. That also negative energy. Okay. We should make ourselves superior. When you should be superior, if you have the positive thought and if you have the positive mind or the positive intention. Always every individual should take the responsibility. My energy should be superior than the negative energy. Then you will realize one day that your positive energy always suppressed your negative energy. If your positive energy is coming down, then definitely the negative energy will dominate you. Depends upon our thought. So should be optimistic. And the formal and deformal. Okay, that is the based on the polarity. It based on the, I can say nowadays the society is affecting, whether if we talk about internal factor and an external factor, it depends upon the how you will receive. If you don't have patience, then how you will receive? So when you talk about the today chapter is intention, we should learn the patience. Without patience, you can't grasp the priority of the intention, what we are going to do and who I am actually. So my request to all the viewers, I am not targeting all the healers, even if I am targeting all the healthcare management, all the department actually. Reiki should taught in everywhere. Reiki should taught in school, college, IT sector, IS department also, and all the hospital. If you talk about now department of US, like in cancer department, Reiki is one kind of modality of treatment there. It is not like the substitute, it is the complementary. And all the patient, they are living happily. If you talk about all the chronic disease, those patients, they are self-practicing or taking energy from others, they are living happily. Okay. When you talk about, if it depends upon only medicines and if it depends upon doctors, they are getting most panic. This is the real practical I have experienced, because I will treat every day 30%. So I have seen lot of cases like that actually. And some of the needy patient, they used to come to me and they might have got some information. Dr. Deepak will treat nicely. Please go to there, recommended. So I found one of the statistical report between the needy person and I have money, means maybe middle class and rich class you can compare. Okay, I'll go, I'll test. It is your health, it is your intention. Don't test your intention, don't test your health actually. I'll go to there, I'll test one day. Okay, if I won't get any result, okay, I will shift to another. So you will never going to solve your problem. Because health is like that. It is the most controversial nowadays, never ending problem. The problem will be end if your intention will be pure. When the needy person will come, they simply believe, yes, this doctor will cure me. And I felt that person receive faster result. And that is based on the intention. And that is why we came up with the Third Eye magazine, which is going to be released in November on the occasion of the Naturopathy Day in Hyderabad. And we are very happy to release that book actually. And the Third Eye magazine, which will be covered international and national wise. And definitely my intention is this will create a history to modify anybody's individual's life. Because the concept is to receive all the articles regarding the only intention. That is why we kept the third eye, because whatever the judgment is here. If you close your eye, you will feel who I am. If you close your eye, you can feel for what for I am. Then only the intention will produce. Okay. So if I do mistake, because I think the first session, the very good question was there, does Guru's mistake? Everybody? Without mistake, how we will learn actually? So failure is the pillar of success. Without failure, how you come to the point? If any success person is there, they should gone through the lot of pain. Then only they will realize what I have to do and what is stand for actually. So my point is when all practitioners, there is no target. If you offer any medicines, just take your pure intention and give them. You are giving medicines, but what is the bonus point is there? You are giving your pure intention and see the miracle. I am not talking about whole world you learn the Reiki, okay, but when you talk about all the chronic disease, every house you search BP, diabetic common, and nowadays you can add more also because it is a family package. Okay, so if one single person should feel about the universal life energy. What is the universal life energy? I should practice the universal life energy as the Vivekananda told about. Energy is everywhere. If you feel, you are great. If you are not sense of humor to feel about your energy, that means you are not a bad person, means somewhere blockage is there. The sensation means what is the energy? If you talk about in a modern science, it is a bioelectric magnetic field. And what our Honorable Prime Minister told about the aura science, this is based on that science actually. If your thought process, your intention is pure, definitely your aura become bright. Okay. If somebody talk to me rashly, if my aura is bright, the energy will be reverse. It can't touch to your body because your aura is powerful. You are not receiving any negative energy actually, right? So if you throw the stone, it will be reversed to you only. So as a traditional practitioner, I would suggest everybody don't compare to, as Dr. Rina told, don't compare to anybody. Just feel yourself. Who are you? And how you will help to others. Because one helping hand create lot of energy inside you. It create. Energy cannot be destroyed. If you give and give day by day, you will get lot of receive same positive energy. So I'll pass Dr. Disha regarding the same concept of send the question, because that is a very nice questions. I'm really grateful for that. So I got the opportunity to talk about like, so I'll pass on to Disha.
Can you repeat the question?
No, I just rephrase it exactly.
Yes, thank you.
The thing is that can Reiki use as a source? Can Reiki be personalized? And the third one is, does formal education, it kills the healer inside the person?
As usual, I'll talk to you from practical point of view. When my child was playing on a swing, she fell down and she got hurt. Apart from washing her leg and putting haldi on it, which is the most common thing we can do, I learned it from my mom. What we did was, she asked me, Mama, can you give me Reiki? I want the pain to subside. The haldi is burning. What can I do? So that is how I had started using it. So if you're telling me that whether every family needs a healer, I would say yes, every family needs a healer, because we need to be reminded again and again. I don't need a third person to tell me whether my body is perfect or not. If I breathe well, if I meditate right, I will automatically get to know, because my body has the intelligence to talk to me. Have you ever spoken to your body? I'm not sure how many people have the time to speak. Have you spoken to your organs? They actually scream out and cry out. So every time you have an allergy, if you have an injury, what is the body trying to tell you? It's talking to you in their language. Do we understand their language? No. We are too busy doing things. Are you in the being enough? Are you in the being to understand what your body is trying to tell you? For example, when a child is born, it's a cell. How does the cell know whether you should have 2 hands, 2 legs and 1 head? Does anybody have an answer? But the cell has intelligence. That is Reiki. That is Reiki. So what happens is that when the cell multiplies and multiplies, some cells want to feel like, okay, let me be the brain, let me be the organ, let me be internal organ, let me be the skin, let me be the bones. Oh my God, you have so much of intelligence. And then one day you get up as an adult and you run to a doctor just to find out whether is there anything wrong with me. Instead of panicking, and like you said, anxiety and panic, right? Those are negative vibrations. What happens is that when you panic, you don't realize that you are reacting to something. You are not taking ownership of your life. You are thinking that, what am I trying to do? Let me just go and figure out. Maybe somebody knows better about me than I do. Is that fair? Is that the right thing that you have learned? Don't you think we need to take ownership of our life? Don't you think you know? See, I can put the food into my child's mouth, but who's going to chew it? Who's going to gulp it? So we all take ownership of our lives. I'm not saying that other people do not. Yes, there are other helpers. Like Sir said, we complement. It's complementary. Those are basic things that you require for a healthy life, and I think we deserve it. Aren't we bored of being imbalanced? Isn't the society bored of being imbalanced? We are running from pillar to post looking for somebody who knows better than I do. Whereas your own cells told you that you are a perfect version of yourself. So in Reiki, that is what I have learned, that every household requires a channel, a balanced person who's actually doing a certain kind of, I would call it sadhana.
That's great.
Yeah, and breath work and meditation. What meditation actually does is actually stops making you reactive and gives you that little tiny bit of a thought that, do you have to run, or can you just stop, breathe, and take ownership of your life? And if you still feel like you need external help, more than welcome. The society is more than welcome to help you.
Even if you see, it is said that Reiki healers are not God, they are human beings. And human beings, they require, like some things like in India also they say, roti kapda aur makan. Other services, other professions, they charge fees, they charge some money. Or you can say that is also in the form of energy, they charge money for the services. When it comes to healing, people expect it's free. So what are your views on that?
So why don't you do?
No, you do.
Very simple questions, and as you understanding point of view, yes, there is bit of difference. Like if you know modern science, alternative science, they can demand. But when you talk about the healing science, should not demand. Because it's a healing. When you talk about pure intention and you talk about the 5 principles, that is the main point. Healers should not demand. Okay. If I charge 100 rupees, if the person is able to give, okay. If he can't, he will give some less. Okay, we have to receive because our intention is to heal.
Very good.
Right? But when you talk about healers' infrastructure,
Yes.
then definitely the healer has to recover all this investment.
Exactly.
There I think the healers will take the charge. Okay. So I can't say in a one point of view justify that questions actually, because if somebody healing through their home, there is no investment, then I think they can comfortable. They can even they can heal to others free of cost also. So there is no point of view to charge more actually. If somebody is healing through like professional wise, investing lot of equipment, lot of infrastructure, staff, so there is monthly some investment is there, then definitely they ultimately set their center and they will charge minimum economical. But if you transfer the energy, like in Gita or some Bible and other, it is written, what you create and what you grasp, 10% you give some meaning. It is there.
Great.
But when you talk about the healing science, I think everybody should contribute, and a lot of healers, masters, they are contributing timings and contributing when the society is need. That the process should go on. Okay. And if you are arrogant and ego is there, then I think you are deviating the rules of healing.
Okay.
You are not called as a real healer. Okay. You can also compare as what the other people targeting, and their treatment is symptomatic. Healers should not do like that actually, because if you forcefully do something, then you are targeting the symptoms. You are not targeting the root cause. Okay. So I think it depends upon the situation, right? If I earn good, then I should justify for the needy people. If I am not in a good position, then I should charge some minimum. Okay. And coming up to that side, the patient side, who is receiving the energy actually, And nowadays, when those people will go to the MNC hospital, first they have to pay.
Yes,
That to be, you pay, first you deposit 1 lakh rupees,
it is true.
then treatment will start. But I have not seen in any alternative format, any healing format, nobody will ask like that.
Not at all.
They will ask genuine.
Yes.
Okay, yes, believe. Because, all the healing science or all the medical science is not panacea. So if you integrate or complementary take to a medical system, I think no case is going to fail.
That's good.
If you target only one, because as Dr. Disha told about the cell, nobody is greater than the energy science. Energy science is very difficult, and nobody can say I am the expert in the energy science. I am trying to export, but how much that the energy knows? Okay, if my intention will be bad, my expertise will be spoiled immediately. Right. The same thing, medical fraternity, we should start a mission to teach paramedical,
Okay.
medical and life sciences, the mass community, students and the teenage, and the most controversial teenage right now, depression,
Yes.
anxiety and suicidal behavior. It is day by day increasing, right? And lot of department working for that. Is it working? The first questions. What is the practical? Now we have started, we are going to school and colleges, and we are looking forward the big team through the world where we can work for the real time, and it should be value addition to the individual life. So our motto is to enhance the quality of life. So what is quality of life? Distance from the negative energy. If you talk about the chemicals, how much chemicals you are taking per day? Can you justify that point? Even if you are taking vegetables also, you are taking some chemicals.
Yes.
Because you are not getting the pure vegetable. Okay. The only point, we can rectify ourselves with our pure intention. Everywhere is poisons. How you will save? Milk is poison, vegetable poison, fruits is poison. How you will save? And the most important is your colleague is jealous to you. That's most poison. Whoever, whether it is internally you are taking or externally by talking or by exposing your emotions, everything, but your intention is very strong, I think you can beat the negative energy and you can give the positive energy to others. If my friend is a very negative, I should talk like that, I should behave like that, I should not react, because the central nervous system is the only action. But where is the reaction? The reaction is the ear organ. Who is the target? Action. Control the action, you won't get any reaction actually. Like each and organ influence with the 5 element theory. If you angry, liver going to be hyperactivities. Like, so angry means that it is coming to the central nervous system. That is the action. But you got the reaction on the liver. And if it is continuous process, definitely liver will going to damage. And if you immediate, see, as I am a human being, I have also blood. Sometimes also I'll angry, but immediate, oh sorry, principle. Let me revive the principle. Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Immediate I'll back to my health, and that health will coming again back to my wellness. I will try to maximum to feed myself wellness. And when somebody will come, anybody, I will transfer my energy by talking, that positive talk. Wherever, if I'll go outside country, I should not teach others. I should not, because I will learn from others. Always I cannot teach actually. Okay, if I will try to teach always, then I am a arrogant, I am a ego person. I always try to learn. If the person have the negative energy, then I should imagine I am that person, then how I will manage that situation actually. If I realize, then only I can able to transfer. Then only the person will be received. Okay, and sometimes I have seen many points, silence is the best medicine.
Yes.
Somewhere lot of disturbance, please keep silence. You will understand the situation. Unless until feel the situation, we all are running behind the negative energy. So I am the only person to attract the negative energy, nobody responsible. If somewhere gone wrong, if I did something wrong, I am the only responsible person. I should not blame to others. Okay, somewhat the gossip is there, but after the gossip, you should realize whatever is happening to me, it is only I am the responsible. So I should purify my mind, and my intention should be revived, and it will be alert to others. Thus I become a normal, and you should receive and you should again become like a normal. Because if you are abnormal, then your opposite party also become also abnormal. So this is the basic concept. Thank you.
But one of the questions is very valuable related to the issue which is going on, and I will take this question over to Rika madam. Does Reiki, it works in pregnancy or is it safe in pregnancy?
So again, this how Dr. Disha madam says from my experience. So many people, when they are pregnant, they are really worried about what is happening to them, what is their health doing, what is happening to the child inside me. All these are the questions which I get through phone calls from many people. And they ask me, is it safe to take Reiki attunement or Reiki energy in that time? Again, coming back, Reiki is a very balanced energy. Reiki has its own intelligence. And of course, I am talking about universal energy when I am telling Reiki. So Reiki has its own intelligence, and it is safe to do attunements on pregnancy, because I have done many times to pregnant women, and they have told me that it helped them a lot in anxiety, because during pregnancy they complain about anxiety, pressure, the BP, diabetes, and what else is a kind of anger they get, some irritation they get. So they are able to well manage those times with healing, and they feel calm, and the child also receive the energy, and they find that Reiki babies, means after the attunement, when the attunement is happening on the body, the child also is getting attuned. The Reiki babies are much more understanding when they grow up. That is a very big benefit which I saw, people taking Reiki during pregnancy. I have witnessed many children, they have been very good children at home. The parents learn from them rather than they become the guide for the parents. So I see it's wonderful. And they are very, very emotionally intelligent, and that is what is missing nowadays, So emotional intelligence is high in Reiki babies. So that's absolutely safe, and it's absolutely protective those times during pregnancy. Thank you.
So I've been giving myself Reiki self-healing for a long time now, without a break. So I did not realize when I conceived.
Okay.
So in that sense, the conception itself was blessed with Reiki.
That's good.
And from that time, I also had my ups and downs, and everything that she has said, anger, depression, confusion, am I good enough? All those questions were there. But it was very easy for me to handle it in the best possible way. Today, if I look back and think, I know that I tried my level best. Thank you to Reiki. As a practical thing, I can say that Reiki is one of the safest thing. I can say as much as my mother was around or my family was around, Reiki was around even then. When I consumed any food, I gave it Reiki. So the vibration was high and I felt safe. I knew that I'm giving something special with every meal to my child. Every time I drank water, it was so-called Reiki enabled. Nowadays, that's what everybody wants to hear, right? So it was, in that sense, my environment was so safe for me that my anxiety and everything was not a big deal. I thought I could control everything. During the delivery time as well, especially when you get the pains, you suddenly, that is a physical pain and it hurts. And there are a lot of chances that your brain starts overworking. I still realized that my doctor was saying, I don't know why you're like this. Either you do not understand the importance of pregnancy, because she was so used to women screaming around all the time. And she's like, you're here and you're so content. I was saying that no, it's such a special occasion and I want the baby to be in the best way possible. My panic attacks cannot affect it, right? So that as soon as the Reiki, as soon as my months developed, I automatically started giving more of self-healing. And I realized that my child, which was within me, could also understand that part. I was so much more intuitive with my child. I could see when it was completely full, what was happening, what was the bloating, right? For every small thing, I did not have to get into a panic. So during this whole phase of Reiki, from conception to delivery and after that as well, Reiki has been my constant friend. It's my guide, it's my friend, it's my invisible mother.
Great.
So I cannot see a life beyond that. Thank you.
So in coming months, definitely I'll see every maternity home should have a Reiki room, and it's definitely going to bless all the pregnant ladies and the children who are the future. So coming to last question, but this is not the last question, as it is said that energy cannot be destroyed. So it is just for this session, it is the last question, but it talks, it's a very serious thing. It says that, are healers creating opportunity? Or are they opportunists?
What is the intention?
There is both. I think one is broad, other is narrow.
What is the intention is what makes sure whether you're an opportunistic or not.
Yes.
Are you telling me that I'm an opportunistic? Who's the one who's telling me that I'm an opportunistic? And if my vibration is high and if I know what I'm doing and I'm taking ownership for my life,
Right.
with whatever I'm taking today, then would you call that as being an opportunistic? I'm just being very honest.
My point of view, the opportunity. When you talk about this point regarding only the Reiki practitioners, opportunity makes sense to the society.
Yes.
We are here to save you, or we are here to create a platform to save the world. I mean, that is the opportunity and that is our responsibility.
Yes.
And if I cannot give, and if I am not a perfect means in the sense of the responsibilities, always I should talk about my client, my center, my job. That is not opportunity. That is self, your self growth, or your selfish. You are working for money, you are giving, taking the money. But you talk about the opportunity. Everybody should come together for a real time. What is the real time? Like any crisis to the world, any crisis to any virus also, or any crisis to the tragic department, like somewhere many of like a bus fall down and the 50 passengers are injured. Then if everybody will come and transfer their good intention, I think they will get some positive energy, they will receive. That is the opportunity. And or if you talk about what I will get, that means you are avoiding yourself. Then I am transferring energy, and I am also the keen person to block my energy. Because you are beyond philosophy. You are not running behind the philosophy. So, opportunity in the sense of innate, and if somebody is doing good job or somebody is asking about help, we should come forward. Because I have given the opportunity. To whom? To universe. Not to any situation, not to any persons. Thank you.
This is a wonderful question, first of all. And I would say there are two sides of it.
Yes.
One is a negative side and one other is a positive side. So first let me talk about the negative so that it will be having more clarity when I am talking about the positive. So again from my experience, it's not, I'm not going to be very long at my sentence or phrases, but I would say my experience is many people call me asking, ma'am, I want to learn healing, 1, 2, 3 and master, how much it costs. All in 1 week I want. So I will be like puzzled what to answer. Now I'll ask why you are searching this as, I mean you want to learn Reiki first of all. No, I want to do some business, nothing is working. So, okay, somebody said you that Reiki is a business offer. I mean, you can actually make money. Who said you this? And then they say, no, it is another opportunity, to make money. Like Reiki people are making good business all around the world. You can sell crystals. Do you teach crystal healing? All that they ask in the middle also. And then you can sell Reiki products, some pyramids, yantras, symbols. People say, I give you 308 symbols, I give you 108 symbols, this is the cost. So this is not correct. Reiki is not symbols. Symbols are like catalyst. It is to align your quantum entanglements which is not aligned with the universal energy. We are aligning our energies using symbols. The symbols are like a tool to fast forward our results. So we have realized, first of all, the realization is the best part, that we have to have positive intention in life, our thoughts should be positive, so many things are there. Along with it, when we use the symbols, it's actually a catalyst. By symbol, you are not going to cut throughout your, just cut your karma, it is not possible. You are here to evolve. Your soul is here to evolve. We are in the universal college. Here we are taught how to evolve, how to forgive, how to love, how to be, how to learn unconditional love, how to create awareness for whatever we are doing. Awareness, joy and love. This is our evolution. When this is not happening, with Reiki you cannot use symbols and get into that. And one more thing, one master told me that I will create abundance in you, give me so much money. I will do Reiki and give abundance to you. Is it possible? What is happening with these people? Why they learn Reiki? They actually showcase that I am going to do this for you, you can pay this much money. This is not Reiki. This is not business. It is wellness. It is holistic wellness. You are going to evolve through body, mind and soul. The spirit is evolving through the abundant flow of the light, the Reiki. When the light goes inside you, it actually detangles all your unwanted patterns in you, beliefs in you, that is actually not aligning you with the universal energies. So when you are aligned, you get abundance, relationship, health, everything comes with it. It is not that you have to do separately some symbols on it and get these things. This is my experience. I actually programmed me through Reiki. I actually worked on my intentions, worked on my patterns to make today what I am. This is what when Sir was talking about, Deepak Ji was talking about a healer in the house, SOS, I, through my experience, came into Reiki, seeing the power of Reiki. I saved my father from heart attack. Without even knowing he had heart stroke, I was giving him healing. That was when I was in college days. And the doctor asked, how did you survive? Next day when he went to the hospital, my father was looking at me like a savior actually. From that day onwards, he believes a lot. Whenever something happens, he immediately come near me. Do something, no, I'm not feeling well. So I have a happiness of healing both my parents, my brother, sister, all giving healing, and they all have learned Reiki. But I am in the profession of teaching Reiki. So when it comes to teaching Reiki, I told you, the questions which I get is really a puzzling, like what is happening with Reiki classes? What business are they doing? Some people say, I have taken mastership, I don't know to balance chakra. They have done master and they say they do not know to balance chakras. What they are doing? Who gave them this master? If you are Reiki level 1 is will you learn how to balance chakras? I am really puzzled at the phone calls. So that is why I was having in my mind, we need an organization to control this. So the moment Dr. Deepak Rao called me and told, see, we have something like this, no, I grabbed on the opportunity. That is the truth. I actually grabbed the opportunity to control this kind of things in Reiki, actually what is happening in India. I want a perfect order and a perfect, at least a minimum syllabus followed by every Reiki masters, so that we won't get these amateurs as Reiki masters. And nobody, please don't accept somebody give a time like you come, this is the package for 1 month, for 1 week you will get Reiki master. Please don't do that. You are creating danger to the society. Because you are giving not experience to them. You are just teaching the fundamentals, theory and some practice. With that, how they will become a master? A master should talk from the experience, not from the theory. He should have a healing experience. She or he have to have a healing experience, so that when they become master, they will be talking from the experience, and that makes more sense compared to you to relate to somebody's experience, narrate somebody's experience. And that is one thing. And the opportunity here, the positive side, is when we are getting an opportunity to heal our life by healing others. We all are one, we all are connected. We all are connected. So when we heal that part of the other person in us, we are healing one of the fragment in us. We are actually able to invest a well-being to one fragment in our body which is standing in front of you as a form. So we are actually in a very big, what do we call, wellness service to the world as well as to the entire universe. Thank you.
Swamiji's future is Reiki and Reiki's future. Definitely it is going to heal the universe in a positive way. And on behalf of SAKSHITHA TV, Hyderabad, and Navita Dikshe, CEO Inspira, I am thankful to all three of you, the abundant energies, as well as I am thankful to the Reiki Council of India for creating this wonderful opportunity of an interview where it is a transparent discussion about Reiki. And I am also thankful on behalf of my viewers. They will get the brief idea about why Reiki, how Reiki, when and where Reiki. It is not then, as Dr. Deepak said, it is the beginning, and definitely it will be a continuous process. As Einstein said, E is equal to mass into velocity square. Same thing I expect, that energy, it should be given to the masses in a much more speedy way. Thank you very much.
Thank you.